Hey guys, welcome back to Creativity and Inspiration. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having an amazing day. We're outside, it's beautiful, and after decorating for fall, you just saw the intro. And I'll put up some more pictures around. I had the most fun decorating for fall this year. The flowers, the pumpkins, it's just all so pretty. And I've been outside on my patio quite a bit, enjoying it. But it got me thinking. The pumpkins are going to rot, the flowers are going to die, and I won't have that beautiful memory of decorating. So I thought, why don't I take my fall journal that I'm currently using for my vintage business and make a fall spread in it. Why not, right? It goes because this is fall, and obviously I decorated fall. I just want to remember it. I had such fun. Like I said, it just made me smile a lot. I've been outside enjoying it, so I thought I should remember this. I should record this for myself to enjoy later when it's cold and dank outside and there's not a lot to look at. And because I use this journal, I thought the fall journal would be a good one to put it in for obvious reasons. So I'm going to switch cameras and I'm going to put you overhead and we're just going to do a fall spread. I'll tell you what we're going to use as soon as you get up there. So come on, let's get started. Okay guys, so these are the pages we're going to decorate. Now let me show you what I brought out here. First, I brought out some inks. I brought out a gold, an orange, and a brown because, of course, fall colors. Then I saved everything I used to decorate. These were the bags the little pumpkins came in. This was the blanket, the green blanket throw that I had in that video that I bring out when it's cool. So I have the ribbon and I have the little card. I brought the packet of tea. It was a Rishi turmeric ginger tea. It was so good. And the little tea dab. Okay, so I saved all of that. I thought, why not decorate with the items that I love to decorate with, the packaging. I also, excuse my arms for a minute. Okay. I also brought out some old pattern paper. I brought out some bubble wrap for some texture. And then I brought out this flower because it's obviously fall. This piece, which reminds me of fall with the basket and the yarn. And then some tags that I had already created that were also fall. So let's just get busy and decorate some. And I'm going to start, the pages are already inked, as you can see. But I want to add another layer of ink. So I'm going to add a little bit of gold and orange around the page just to give it a little more depth and interest. I'm going to add some on this envelope as well because it'll show up a little bit. And then I'm going to use some orange too, because why not, right? Now I don't want a lot because I don't want it to look Halloween-y. I just want it to have a touch of orange. I really like the orange on the brown envelope because it definitely looks like burnt orange. Then we're going to come in with our brown and just kind of neutralize some of this bright orange that got on this paper a little bit more than I wanted to show. And then it's orange, but it's not bright pumpkin orange, which isn't what we wanted. All right. For this side, I think I'm gonna add a strip of this. The wind is picking up a little bit, so ignore that. Okay, I just tore a piece. Actually, I think I'm going to scoop my envelope over here a bit. And it opens up. It's an envelope that is not an envelope really. It opens up. And I think I'm gonna put my picture in there. So I think we're gonna layer this up a bit. We're gonna use that, and we're gonna use some of this in the yellow. And that's where we're gonna put our photo that I'm gonna print out. So let me go get some tape and I'll be right back. Okay, I grabbed a few more supplies. I grabbed some lowercase letter alphabet stamps. Grabbed the glue because gotta have glue. Grab some scissors and some double-sided tape. And you might be like, why did you grab Elmer's glue? If you're new, I like to use Elmer's glue. It's inexpensive and it works just as great as any other type of glue, and it dries quickly, guys. In fact, I did a glue comparison. If you want to watch that video, I'll link it above for you. Okay, let's get we're gonna put some glue down. Remember, inside this brown envelope is where I'm gonna put my picture of my decor, or two. I might make two small ones so they both fit, and I'm gonna kind of do like that a bit and put it across like that, and then I'm gonna come in with some of this orange netting. Now, if you are a painter or you do jelly plating, this netting does awesome for texture on those things. But I am just gonna use it. If I cut it all, didn't cut it all, I'm gonna use it just as a hint of texture on here. And see how that pops on the brown? I love that. I've got all the fall colors. I've got the brown from the envelope, the orange from the little netting bag. I'm cutting a piece of the yellow netting bag as well. And we're gonna put it kind of over here. Maybe we'll put it down here some. And we're gonna use some of our glue that I kind of spread out there. And to glue netting, it is kind of trying. You just kind of have to be patient. Oops, sorry. Be patient and give it a minute to stick. And you kind of have to glue it on both sides. And if it still won't stay, then use your art, your picture, whatever you're gonna glue kind of on top of it to measure, keep it down. That's a way to. Okay, and this glue dries clear, so never fear. Kind of spread it around and get it in there. Now I'm gonna leave it kind of 3D. I'm not gonna anchor it all down. You do you, boo. Okay, while that dries, I'm gonna move it out of frame. And we're gonna scoot back over to this page. And again, I'm gonna put some of my pattern paper down. Oh, you know what? I had an idea. Instead of doing pattern paper, I was gonna use my bag, but I don't really want Walmart on there. Okay, well, that's okay. We'll go back to our pattern paper. If I had a bag that said thank you, I would use that. I don't think I have a bag. I think I'm gonna put a big piece of this down on here. So I'm gonna kind of tear as a guesstimate. Somebody said, why don't you measure on one of the videos? I don't measure. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But look, that works great. We're gonna put some glue on it. And remember, this is my journal and how I want to do it. If you want to do yours the same, you can. If you want to be more precise in your measurements, your gluing, of course, please do that as well. Okay, we're going to kind of put this where I measured it to go. Actually, we're going to put it more in the center. And then you can go around and glue as much or as little as you want. And I'm going to add some more glue under here, just so it kind of is all. And I want it to kind of be wrinkly. We want some texture. We don't want just flat. That's why we're putting it down in the first place, because the page is flat. Okay, there we go. Let's pull up here a little bit and add a little bit more in. All right, there we go. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my tea bag to create a pocket, a side pocket right there, and we're gonna save that. So I'm gonna glue my tea bag. Actually, I'm gonna tape my tea bag down. So I'm just gonna tape. Do I want to make it a double pocket? I think I do. So I'm gonna tape 3 sides, leave the side where this is the inside pocket, and it'll be 2 pockets. So we're gonna tape all around the 3 sides. This is a great way, using packaging, to remember a happy event, like decorating my porch, or maybe decorating for another holiday. Maybe you had a special trip somewhere and you have little things like tea bags, or you have special lunch with somebody, you have tea bags, or maybe you have a special trip where you have snacks from the room. I'm not talking about things you see in every travel journal. I'm talking about maybe the intimate moments in your hotel room where you and whoever you traveled with, or maybe you were alone, had some special, like you shared a glass of tea or a bottle of wine, or you had a snack. First time you ever had a snack out of the fridge, different things like that. Okay, now we're gonna use these bag toppers as some borders and tuck spot. So I'm gonna cut off the yellow bag, but never fear, like I said, it does not go to waste. Great texture, great just addition to anything. And we're gonna put this across the top, like that. And that'll be a great tuck spot underneath, as well as, again, capturing our day making something. And because it's gonna go across the crease, actually it's not. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on the page, and then I'm gonna crease right here, and I'll tape that part down. See, I'm gonna marry it together, but it won't impede the way my journal falls. So that's where my crease in my book is. I'm gonna cut that little piece off, and then when I tape this down, I'll make sure I put that right there, and then put that on this side. And I'm gonna do again on 3 sides, because I want to make it a tuck spot in case I want to tuck another memory up there, or, whatever. You never know. You gotta leave a bunch of pockets and tuck spots in case you need them later. So all I'm doing is peeling off my double-sided tape paper. And sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's not. Okay, there we go. Now remember, I cut this off, so I'm gonna bump it against the crease right there, and there we go. And then I'm gonna take the little part I cut off, make sure I get the same side. Right there, and we're gonna put it on this page. It needs just one little piece of tape. Like, whoops, like that. And we're gonna take that off. And then I'm gonna bump it right against there, but it's on 2 pages, so when I fold my journal, it'll be fine. And I'll show you. So we have a tuck spot here, which is great, nice and tight. We have a pocket underneath there and inside the tea bag, oops, as well. So perfect, right? Now I can put some paper here, some orange paper, and write. I can write all on here. We're gonna have our photo in here. Now, I'm gonna go print my photos out really quickly, and I will be right back, and we're gonna decorate the outside of our envelope in just a second. You know what? Before we do that, I think, because we're gonna do, I love this whole thing. This page just needs a little more, but I don't necessarily want to cut this. I guess I could cut that off, but I want to cover up that. Okay, we'll save this. We might do something else. So let me go print my photo real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, sorry. I had some trouble printing. This one printed better. You can see this one had a little ink issue, but we're good. We're gonna use these. So we're gonna cut them out and put them, we're gonna scoot this journal page back over so we can put our photos in here. I have a laser color printer, and it's not really good for photos, but it's all I got. So we're gonna go with it. I would say I would ask for a inkjet for Christmas, but I don't have anybody buy me Christmas presents now, which is fine. Okay, so we're gonna put this one here because the yellow flowers and the orange netting. And then this one we're gonna cut, and then we're gonna cut it down a little bit more because I don't want the water spigot thing showing. But I'm cutting this one out real quick. And you can see it's got the water thing. I'm gonna cut that off. All right, and then we're gonna put that one there because of the bricks. Let's see, we might have to tuck it up under this one a bit because of the fold, but that's okay. I like that. Let's get these all glued down. No, let's tape them down so I don't have to wait on glue to dry. If you're new, I use double-sided tape when I'm doing these demonstration videos so I don't have to wait so long on glue to dry. Sometimes I use it and then I totally regret life for the next 30 minutes or so while I'm waiting for it to dry. But double-sided tape works on netting, it works on everything. And then this one's gonna go up under there. And if you don't like a 3D effect, like that's kind of popping, but it's just because the netting is not glued 100%, which I wanted, that's fine. You glue yours, you know, flat, 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 and that'll work for you. This works for me. And I'm gonna kind of bring it over here a bit. Oh, you know what? I may just have to put it like I don't want it like that. Okay. We're going to pick this up a bit. There we go. And there we go. And there's my pictures of my beautiful fall decor that I love. May not be your cup of tea, and that's fine. I'm gonna and then I'm gonna close my little envelope back up like that. Flip it over. Now, we are gonna do a little decor on this side. And I was thinking maybe we'll put my I'll put my, I'm gonna cut off this so it doesn't add anything. In fact, it detracts. So I'm gonna cut that off of my piece of ad here. And then I'm gonna put that on my envelope right in the center. And I think I'm gonna throw my flower kind of up like that to cover the white daisy, which is more spring, and put my fall flower while it covers kind of like that. Yes, that's the look we're gonna do right there. And we might add in a little bit of our green blankie somewhere. Maybe, nope. I like this. We'll save this and use it in this journal because this journal is a fall themed journal. And I really like this. If you don't know, tags like that make excellent, excellent tags. Okay, so I'm gonna get my, oh, come on. Tell it's still very warm and dry because my glue stopper thing dried. I didn't realize that this was a photo. I thought it was part of an ad for yarn, but it is some kind of photo, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna put it right in the center and we're just gluing it all down. And then my crazy orange flower is just gonna go right on top. So I'm just gonna put some glue on the bottom of my crazy orange flower here, which is, what are those things called? Brads. It's braided together with that little orange thing right there. And that's gonna be the outside of our envelope. We might come in and add some netting maybe so you can see through it. Maybe put a little netting underneath it. Let's do that. So I'm gonna take a little piece of this netting, lift that up, and then just press it down. Then we've got some texture there, and maybe we'll add another, let's bring in our orange again. Okay. And I'm gonna add another piece. I cut that down a little bit. That's a little bit thick. Okay. I'm gonna take an orange piece and pick up this part. And press down, and there you go. Now we're gonna take our photos that, oh, and now we can write about our decorating. We can put an orange piece of paper right here and write about it. We can write right here. We can also write on the back of our tags, which would be super fun as well. Decorate the patio on the day. We could also put another photo here. I actually have another photo I could put right there. And then we could write, let me go print one more photo. Okay, this one might be the same photo. I'll have to look, but let me cut it out. This one printed better. Okay. And then I'm gonna kind of just do the corners like boop, 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 boop. Okay, and then I'm gonna put that right there. That looks perfect. That's what it needed. So I'm gonna put a little more glue on the back of my photo. Whoops. And then we're gonna put it right there. Love that. I have my hidden photos here. And then I have this photo here, and I can write about it there. But before I do that, I brought out bubble wrap. And I thought it would be fun to get some of these flaps a little texture. So let's get our inks, and we're gonna do probably orange because it looks burnt orange on there. And I'm just gonna lightly kind of go over the bubbles. And then I'm gonna kind of press that all together, scoot it over so you can see. And then I'm gonna kind of go boop, boop, and boop, and just give it a little texture, not a lot. I can write over it if I want or not. There we go. Whoops. Okay. There we go. Now let's flip this back over for a minute and we'll write and I forgot my little tabs, so let's put my little T-tab on this one with the teacup. And I'm going to show you a trick. Teacup has a slant in it, and we're just going to put our little T-tab there, and we're going to glue it all down. And there, we used our T-tab and our teacup, and that goes back up there. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the fall decor and the fall journaling. If you did, be sure and give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button with that little bell. We have a lot of great videos coming your way, and you don't want to miss out. Take care. Bye-bye.